to summarize because of the time. I want to believe you always go home daily, right? So I don't want to keep you. But God willing, maybe someday we'll have some ample time. Esther will look into it, and Alan, I will come another day so that we can discuss on what we were discussing. I may not be able to go as I had planned, but I will highlight on what I wanted to address when it comes to absolute healing. I hope I don't talk like people from Nyeri. I hope. I don't know whether I have it. I don't know. Now, I want us to read verse 27 of Mark chapter 5, because that's where the key was. So, Mark chapter 5, we had already started. I had shown you the situation, and I hope you can still maintain that silence. I had shown you the situation in which this woman was, the rejection, the tormentations, and all those hurts. But look at this. Verse 27, when she heard about Jesus, she came behind him and in the crowd and touched his garment. 28, for she said, if only I may touch his clothes, I shall be made well. For she said, who is she telling? The Bible says, verse 28, for she said, if only I touch, in fact, another version says, if only I touch the hem of his garment, I shall be made whole. Now, this woman is not talking to anybody. She's talking to herself. That is what we call monologue. Monologue is when you have an internal conversation with yourself. And the reason as to why she's not talking to anybody, because how does she tell the others that 12 years later, I still have this issue of blood? Some things are even shameful to talk about, right? There are some issues of life you would wish that you shared with somebody so that they may understand you. Why you come with the kind of uniform you come with. You would like people to understand why you use a pen that is almost over. You would like people to understand why you live in that home you live. You would like people to understand why your father is a drunkard, but he is still your father. All these are issues that you would wish that you shared with somebody, but they are shameful, they are embarrassing, and therefore you keep them to yourself, and you don't tell anybody. And the more you keep them inside you, they start eating you up. They start ruining you. And even when you try to talk to Esther, who is a counselor, you feel like you don't have the courage. You understand? I may not have come from a very good high school. I schooled in a day school like yours. But believe you me, I scored the best. And for your information, I was a disabled child. I used to be carried by my mom to school. Okay? So you can imagine a whole me, mtu mzima, anabebwa na mamake, anapelekwa shule. But one thing I knew, I was better and my future was brighter. You understand? Even though I was in that embarrassing situation, I never let it win over me. And that's why I was telling you, I have 2 degrees. I did my undergraduate in human resource. I did my master's in business administration, and I am a police officer. I did not let my disability carry me. I overcame. And you can make it if you choose to. Are we together? Now, because of time, allow me to highlight on what I have learned over the years from this story of this woman. For 12 years, this problem ate her. But she reached a point when she said, it is my problem. I don't even need to share it. I need to act on it. The reason as to why young people like you and others are losing focus and their lives are shattered is because of wanting people to understand you so much. You want people you to set some standard for you. Now, this is what happened. After this woman heard that Jesus was coming in the neighborhood and that he was healing people, the Bible says she said unto herself, I am going to go, and if only I touch the garment, I will be healed. And so what did she do? She woke up, even with her blood flowing. Probably she was stinking. I don't know. But what I'm seeing a very courageous woman pimping in between people and getting to where Jesus was. And she was purposeful. You have been told here, you've got to follow a specific route. You don't follow any route. Because if, for instance, I was using any route, I would be anywhere. I have never been to Ghana. But when Esther told me we are coming to Ghana, she did not take me to any matatu. She took me to those matatus that normally head to Ghana. You understand? This woman, the first thing she did, she appreciated that I have a problem. It is me who have an issue of blood. It is my problem. The problem with the majority of the learners, like you never want to come out as you. You always want to be surrounded. And you always want to act as a group. You never want to talk about me, Mary. You never want to talk about me, Harun. You never want to talk about me, John. You want to talk about Form 1 girls. You want to talk about Form 4 boys. You never talk about yourself. But look at it. When you go to your bed, you normally go as John. You normally go as James. You normally go as Esther. You go by yourself. And why? Like, no, the lecture that you are being given here, it may make sense to a few, but majority will not take it as serious. Because you are in a group and you are shouting. Wait until you fail, and you fail alone. That's when you realize the world is so small. You realize? What I'm saying is, this woman appreciated the situation. And she said, this is where I am, but I need to do something. Appreciate that that is your home. Appreciate that that man who is drunk at 24 hours is your father. Appreciate that that woman who normally goes to look for kibarua for you to get school fees is your mother. Appreciate that this secondary school, somewhere interior of Nyandarua, that is your high school. But then you need to do something so that at the very moment while you are in Ghana, then your life may be transformed. And by the time you're living here, you live a better person, a brighter person, and you live a conqueror. This woman said, I know I have an issue of blood, but I'm going to try my level best. I don't care what people will say. Hata kama nitakuwa smelly, but I'll struggle in between. I must create my way towards my healing. So I'm happy Form 4 you have joined us. I was telling these people, I did for my KCSE 16 years ago. I may look like a youngster, I'm not. 16 years ago, I've been in the police force for the last 10 years. You understand? For the last 10 years, I've been serving. And what I'm telling you is, I chose my path. Even if from a small school, I chose my choices. So you can make it even while you're here. But there are choices you've got to make. And number one, I don't want to know what the others will say. The problem with you people, when you see everybody having a boyfriend and a girlfriend and everything, you also want to look for one. You don't even know what it means to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You don't know what it means to love or to be loved. You don't even know. But you are somewhere in a cocoon of students. You've got to own up your life and own up your problem and realize dreams and visions and achievements and success are personal. I don't even know where my teachers are, but I'm in Ghana talking to you today. Okay? Success is personal. You realize that? So this woman, in short, made a very decisive thing. She gathered her courage and went past people, and she touched Jesus, and she was healed. This is what I'm trying to encourage you tonight. There are a lot of things I wanted us to discuss so that we can now come to your specific situation. I don't know whatever it is that for many years or even for a few years has hurt you. You have scars. These scars cannot go until you do three things. The first one, appreciate that indeed it is there. You had a boyfriend, maybe you are even in class 8, and this boyfriend of yours cheated you, and that's how you lost your virginity, and in addition, that's how you got a child, and you are another child, so it's a child calling another child, and now you are feeling so guilty because you got a child when you are a child. It is not a problem to the society. It is your. So you must appreciate that this is my. Are you getting? If a boy, you know you took a girl somewhere for a ride and you messed her life and now you are unable to. Let me tell you this. You're pretending to be heroes, but I'm pretty sure there are some of you huvumilia kukaa hiyo class. Kwa sababu ulikuja the first day ukiwa yoyo, alafu kadanganya msichana, ikifika miezi 2 baadaye hata hamko pamoja na mko at the same class. Hawezi enda mahali na hakuna transfer na huko hapa tu. Sasa unamwangalianga, sema hapa nilipiga mahesabu sio. Yes, of course. And it happened and there's nothing you can do about it. But this is the solution. For that scar to be over, the first thing, you must accept that it's me who messed up and therefore it is my problem. You understand? It is you who want to succeed. It is you who want to get a good grade. It is you who want to have a master's like Harold. So what do? You've got to own up the problem. It has nothing to do with your mother. Your mother has done her best. Ametafuta kazi kibarua, amelima, amakakulipia shule. It doesn't matter which school. The fact is, you are in class. So what do you do in this situation? Appreciate it. Do the best you can. If you can be able to come to school at 5 and leave at 8 in the evening, come. God is seeing and He is a rewarder of every hardworking person. And you know what? In the simplest way you may consider yourself, most likely you are the one that God has chosen to change the life of every other person in your family. So the question is, what is it that you are doing in your current situation? Are you appreciating that this is the situation you are in? Now, so I've said you've got to accept you are in that situation. You have got to accept you have messed somewhere. Number 2, you have got to gather courage and speak about it. Are you getting? That thing that kills you when you think about it. You don't like when you see your father fighting with your mother. You've got to gather some courage and talk to somebody. It doesn't matter how they will take it. They may look at it and laugh at you, fine. But you've got to gather some courage and talk to somebody. Are we together? And finally, you've got to be part of the solution. This woman did not wait for Jesus to come and lay hands on her. She said, no, Jesus, I know you are there. I know you can come to me, but I'm not waiting until you come. I'm coming to where you are. Start marching to your success. Start waking up early. Start taking some time on Saturday to read. Start investing your time in important issues of life. When you start working towards success, success draws near to you. Naomba nimalizie hapo. Nikiwa na wakati mwingine, I will not feel it like a loss to come all the way from Nairobi to come to talk to Ngano. God bless you so much. I wish you rise up that we pray. Amen.